Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are finally doing a buying guide of one of the most iconic and popular men's designer fragrance lines, Stronger With You. It's loved for its very playful personality and huge compliment factor. And today I'm going to go over the line, some different flankers, and do a side-by-side comparison of each. So of course we have to start off with the fragrance that started it all, Stronger With You Eau de Toilette. This one is described as an aromatic fougere, launched in 2017 and made by Cecile Metton. So the notes, we have chestnut and sugar with sage, lavender, vanilla, and smoke. So this opens, you're really met right away with this kind of sugary roasted chestnut vibe, but is very soon followed up with lavender, like a vanilla and lavender combination. It feels nutty, but more sugary. And it's not the type of nuttiness that you're used to where it feels like it kind of grounds the scent. This is a very airy, fluffy, very aromatic scent, but you do pick up on this very fluffy texture. I think that, you know, back then, 2017 was a throwback. It's crazy to think, right? But this was kind of, in my view, Emporio Armani's attempt to make a more modern day fougere. It's very, very sweet, but still masculine. And so that takes us to Stronger With You Intensely, probably, if I had to say, the most popular flanker in the line, and also the most known. This is definitely a cooler weather staple, but there's something about Intensely to me that feels a bit more like fall. Kind of like late fall going into winter. This adds some fun notes to that DNA like toffee and cinnamon. With violet and suede, it definitely feels like a more complex scent and more festive too, and not just a sugar bomb like the Eau de Toilette. Even though it's interesting because I do think that it Intensely actually comes off a bit sweeter in a way. It's kind of like a syrupy sweetness, but for some reason, because of these other notes that are added that makes it more dimensional, it feels more wearable. And this has a very identifiable toffee note that is probably why it's so popular, and it brings a lot of sexiness. Kind of semi-gourmand, more depth. It's very ambery. It is gorgeous. It feels very well-rounded and has a density to it. It's not quite as airy feeling. So it's going to have better performance and longevity as well. A little bit sweeter than the Eau de Toilette, but more wearable and more attractive too, I think. So next up, naturally, we have to talk about Stronger With You Absolutely. And now this one for me is going to be the super cold weather, the winter, like snow on the ground staple. This is an amazing, amazing cologne for the freezing weather. Just keeps you nice and warm on those cold days. And this adds a really beautiful boozy accord with a nice bergamot opening. And it brings back that very beloved chestnut note and really amps up the volume. But I will say, this is the least sweet flanker that we've talked about so far. This has a lot more of a sophisticated character. It's definitely classier than Intensely. It can really be dressed up. You still get that dose of lavender, but this adds some more green notes and elemy. It feels a bit balsamic, and that booziness is yummy and addictive. It's just so easy to love, and this one also really feels like the holidays. Very, very, very attractive to smell on a man, if I do say so myself. It is a beautiful date night scent, or something that you can wear anytime that you want to get a lot of positive attention and compliments. Stronger With You, absolutely. But now we're going to talk about some fragrances that are part of the Middle Eastern exclusive collection from this line. It is an exclusive to the Middle East, but you can still get them around the world, especially here in the US. And the first one that I want to mention is Stronger With You Oud. You can see on the part where it says You, it has some Arabic symbol, tells you that it's the Middle Eastern exclusive. So this still carries that Stronger With You DNA, but it really works more in the background. You're met with this very strong, bold woodiness that could be perceived as a bit oudi, but for me, it's a little bit more cypriol, but still very, very woody. There's some lavender on top, This one also definitely isn't as sweet as the other flankers, and you will see that theme in the Middle Eastern collection. It has a bit of toned down sweetness, but you do still get that vanilla, but kind of comes off more like a vanilla extract. It feels very regal and has a lot of presence. The best word to describe Stronger With You Oud is bold. But that's kind of more of an unknown flanker. Not so many people talk about that one, but one that people do talk about is Stronger With You Amber. And I actually bought this one in Sephora in Dubai. And this one is described as an Oriental fougere, which I totally get. It kind of comes off a bit smoky, but as the name would imply, very ambery and kind of in a dry way. It doesn't have that kind of like thick texture, syrupy texture that the other Stronger With Yous have. And this one also feels more simple. It's not quite as complex. It's a little bit more straightforward. And once again, also not so sweet. It's a beautiful scent for the amber lovers out there. And I can sense some kind of light, spicy pink pepper here. It feels very exotic, like an ode to Dubai. I really adore this collection. I think that they're really beautiful. Stronger With You Amber. But that leaves us with the last flanker in the Middle Eastern collection that I have. There is one called Leather, but that one is not really my favorite, so I do not have it here with me. But this one I absolutely love. It's called Stronger With You Tobacco. This is definitely going to be the most festive flanker. There's just something about tobacco for me that takes me home for the holidays. It's very Christmassy, very happy to me, very cozy. I love tobacco in the winter. That tobacco is a beautiful addition to the sweeter notes in this scent. There's a lot of different spices like black and pink pepper and cardamom with elemi and sage, but it still has that beautiful, very distinguishable chestnut. And the tobacco in here isn't smoky, it's not ashy. It's kind of more dry and spice. It's a sweet tobacco, but it's kind of in the background. This scent for me is more like benzoic, woods and benzoin, not so much tobacco forward like you would think hearing the name. Benzoic, nutty, and vanillic. And the cardamom is so alluring and inviting, addictive. It just makes you feel happy when you smell it. It's a very happy scent, kind of a hint of nostalgia, and once again, amazing for the holidays to really celebrate going into the next year. It is the perfect scent to create memories with. Stronger With You Tobacco. Honestly, I really love them all. That's why I own so many of them, but if I had to pick an absolute favorite, I think that Absolutely and Intensely are beautiful for the fall and winter, and Tobacco is perfect for celebrating the end of the year. It's a very amazing, very appealing line. Stronger With You. But yeah, guys, that was just my quick overview buying guide of Emporio Armani's line, Stronger With You. Please leave a comment down below and let me know which one is your favorite flanker. I would love to know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.